Yeah, Karma, I'm back at it. It's the High Heel Tea Podcast. Yes, sir. Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick. Yeah. 6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick. Hey. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. Hey. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. Hey. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. Hey. And it's the podcast, and it's the high. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. And it's the podcast, and it's the high. Let's go.
Hey, welcome back to the High Heels and Tea Podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
And y'all, today we are joined by the beautiful Countess.
Yes, she is.
She's going to share a little bit more information on her businesses. Can you give us an insight on that right quick before we dive into it?
Everybody, I'm Countess. I'm the owner of VLVC Herbals. It is an herbal apothecary where we make sure that we provide herbal remedies for certain things.
And certain things, real quick, because you got more than that going on, right? But for certain things, we was having like some behind the scene conversation, and she was saying that she got like this sexual tea. I'm gonna jump right into the sexual tea.
Sexual.
You gonna take it there?
Yes.
That fast? Okay.
Yes. What happened?
I want to know about the sexual.
Look, we all want to know.
It's not sexy.
Okay.
So it has different herbs that are not aromatherapies, but aphrodisiacs. And it is made to enhance sexual pleasure and stimulate those
Why you ain't bring us no
areas.
purpose? Why you ain't bring us no sex?
We don't need it right now.
No, I'm saying for
Because
later.
I had to rename it. It was
Yes.
called Passion Romance at first. And I'm like, that's not getting to the point. Like,
Yes,
it's speculation.
yes.
I need y'all to know what this tea does.
Yes.
And how it does it.
Yes. So, have you tried it?
Absolutely. I mean, come on.
You have to try it. It's her
What's the difference? What is the difference that you saw when you had it? I'm trying to get prepared. Like y'all turn crazy, like the girl for like Menace to Society. Remember? You know what I'm talking about? Not Menace to Society, but don't be a menace to society.
He takes like
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
But you was in the back of the post office.
How do this? Like I'm gonna turn like that. Like, what is the difference in your reaction?
So you'll feel a warming sensation in those areas. You'll feel an increased desire. I tell people get it into your system. Anything herbal is something that you want to take like a chemical medicine. Like you get it in your system. I say take it at least 3 to 5 days before you want to. And yeah, you want.
So you gonna be tingly for 3 to 5 days? So I'm be at work. Don't look at me. I don't know about that.
Green tongue.
I call it Kristen. I don't know what's wrong with me.
That's all I'm gonna hear. You
I
hear
took
me?
the herbal tea.
We don't want you scary in the bedroom.
So I guess the question for me is it kind of like the honey packs that everybody's been taking?
Is it the girl version of the honey pack?
I don't know what that is.
Tell her what that is.
So it's like, so it's very like it's a stimulant. They're like the royal honey packs. People have been putting them on their drinks, like alcohol,
Hennessy.
or like anything. Me personally, I've tried it in Casamigos when I was drinking Casamigos.
See, that's why
And it does exactly that. It heightens up all your erroneous regions and make you feel good, like instantly. But yeah, similar to that. So is it kind of...
So from how you described it, it's the same effect, right?
Okay.
But it's
I'm
herbs.
such a particular person when it comes to ingredients
Yes,
and being
there we
healthy
go.
and conscious of what we put in our
Yes.
body. So these are straight herbs from the earth. Like everything that I use. I mean, even my body oils, you can eat. You don't eat them, but you can
like-
cook with them. Like
Yes.
it's,
Okay,
it's
cook with
real,
them.
You know. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's in the honey pack. I don't know.
I don't know what's in honey
I didn't know women and men use that though.
Both.
Oh,
You
okay.
can. Both.
Nah.
So with the 3 to 5 days, so do you recommend, so say you drink it 3 to 5 days prior, should you continue to drink it over the course of those 3 to 5 days?
Say if you know that you're about to have, yes. And if you know you're about to set that mood with your partner, share a glass, share a cup with them, make it a vibe. I always say tantric sex is a good act of sex that you can kind of put with that.
What's tantric sex?
I was just like, I don't know what that is. I'll Google it after the episode. Go ahead.
I don't know.
It said that you can. Oh, it's that baby right there. It said that it's like a spiritual kind of encounter with your partner. It said that you can orgasm from just that vibe without any touch, just being really extremely sensual. So,
Like
What? Okay, I had a crazy idea. I think that sounds like a good market for like prisoners.
oh Lord.
You can send some to your dude.
your head be,
Listen,
a second in your head.
Listen, you could send some to your dude in jail, right? He takes some, you take some. I don't know if it's legal, if they accept it. Because you said touch is not needed.
Okay, let me
So
break
I was thinking of touchless sex.
transferring. So just imagine, like, how much you want me to get into
Did you
this?
get that?
Go ahead, get into it.
Say
Got
you
that
guys don't have on any clothes.
Okay.
You're probably in a meditative, sitting, hands on top of each other, just kind of that really the closeness.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be any penetration or any sex acts.
Oh.
But I wouldn't suggest. I mean, I'm all for phone sex. That's
Yeah.
fun,
Okay, my fault. I was thinking about touchless.
But hey,
so
listen.
that's what made me talk about. I was like, I like long distance. Like I was thinking of touches. I didn't have to say prison, but I watch a lot of Love After Lockup, so I was just like touchless. Ooh, we got a market for prisoners now.
Hey baby, did you get that?
Did you get to take yours right now? How you feel?
Okay.
Yes, my mind is all. I'm thinking like, oh, that's a niche for this, or that's a niche for that. I'm definitely all about that.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
That was awesome.
So, what other fun products you got in your product line?
So my top two sellers are my hair potion. It's the growth oil. You can find it at Prince Beauty Supply along with my edge control.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
For real, you do look familiar.
We need something.
You got your picture on it?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say you look familiar.
It's on my website.
Okay.
But
You look from. Well, obviously social media. I see you on social media, but okay.
yeah.
So the Prince Beauty Supply is on page, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Gotta go there.
So they have the hair potion, and it really, like, when you need your edges restored, you want to restore just the thickness in your hair, traction, alopecia. It helps with all of that. And I hate that my customers call my edge control crack, but
It's good.
they call it
edge
crack.
control.
Like, yeah.
So, how long have you been in that particular business, like creating this product, and what inspired you to create that product?
Oh my goodness! So it will be 4 years next month.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So your brand is a Pisces like me.
Okay.
Early anniversary.
Yes. It's super fun.
It's my baby.
It's a super fun. It's a super fun brand. Yes, it's a Pisces. Okay. Yeah, what inspired you to get going with that?
So I started with the teas, and COVID totally turned my life upside down. I told you I'm into health and fitness. I was a personal trainer prior to this.
Okay.
It's
It
on
just
that body right and tight.
Yes.
and it just shut me down. And I'm such a people person. I love loving on people, touching on people, being in the presence of inspiring people, right? And COVID snatched that from me. And so I just had to sit down with God, like, what am I to do? Like, everything. I'm also a licensed cosmetologist, so that's where the growth oil and the edge control came from.
Okay.
That I've been licensed for 13 years.
Oh, wow.
So nothing that I invested my time and my education in, I could no longer do.
Right.
Everything was shut down.
Yep.
And I had these products that I was making for my family. Like, every time I would go to the doctor, they would give me some type of medication, like for allergies. That was they gave me Flonase.
Yeah.
Shit, can you say shit? I'm sorry.
You could. Yeah, you could.
It made my nose just bleed. And it just, the things that the doctors were prescribing without like proper testing just had adverse effects. So I started to get into herbal healing. I started to go back to what our ancestors was using and stuff like that. And I said, okay.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of our community, like when we're going through health things or whatever, we realize like how the essence of herbals heal us, So a lot of people I won't say a lot of people, but people are having more of that journey now more than ever, you know, and it's awesome to her.
That's because I feel like now that at our age bracket, we're getting more connected to what we used to know, because it's actually better for us, because the things that were given to us at those times weren't good for us at all. So now we're like, we're black.
Take this herb.
And proud. And I think the misconception with herbal healing and herbal medicine is people don't understand that it has to be used just like something your doctor will prescribe to you. If he gives you amoxicillin, he's going to tell you take that for 10 days.
Yep, 2 times.
So don't just
every 8 hours.
Think,
I'm healed.
yes. You have to get this in.
I drank one glass of tea and it ain't left yet.
My edges are still ain't grow back.
You have to be consistent.
Okay.
You have to like, I'm not a doctor, but my products are meant to heal. That's what they do.
So you said you did cosmetologist, personal training. Woo. Now you're doing the herbs. No matter if I call it the herbs. Okay. Now the herbs. You constantly just like, it seems like you reinvent yourself. Are you accidentally going into these different fields from as an entrepreneur standpoint? What is driving you to all of these different industries, these different markets? Passion.
I can't do nothing I don't love.
Yes.
Wholeheartedly. And if I love you, I love you. I love
you. Ain't no Pisces.
I'm a Virgo.
Oh.
To her.
I'm a Virgo. My horizon is Virgo.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Pisces is my...
I told y'all.
Yep.
I told y'all last episode.
My birthday.
That's what I told y'all. I said my horizon is Virgo. So we kind of like intertwine.
Yeah.
So I can't be money driven. You know, I have to be passion driven, and then everything else follows. So I just do everything that I love, and
that's awesome.
It don't like work, you know.
That's awesome.
But just your spirit gives off good energy. I see on your hand that you have affirmations. Just to remind yourself, look, you can inspire. Look at you. We gotta go get you
awesome. Listen. I gotta make a point, man. Get my taxes. I'm going straight.
I want to go. I'm itching
my
for
taxes.
Tattoo for
I got some cover-ups. I got some new. You want so the last podcast recording session, we actually had a female that was a tattooist, and she's dope. She specializes in fine lining. She's dope. So I told her I get my taxes, I'm gonna buy art from her, and then I'm gonna have
she's
her
an artist as well.
do a couple of pictures for me. So for sure. Okay, so in addition to that, I want to know more about not physical, but personal training. I know you're not doing that anymore. No. Okay, I still want to know.
Okay.
What had happened?
But anytime you can get back into it, right?
Yeah. So once
because she's still fit.
Yes.
She can throw some spandex on and be like, I'm back.
Work out still.
Okay. You could tell. Oh, you could tell. I said, look,
so we could just sit in the gym like, we need her.
Yeah. Speaking of the gym, every time I go to the gym and I'm doing the weights and stuff, someone always comes to me like, yeah, what you want to do? Like this. I can't do too much movement. I'm gonna rip this dress, right? And so I'll be like, leave me alone. So now I'm on the Stairmaster.
Okay.
And I just be on it. And I realized like I just started to not go do the weights anymore because I got tired of people talking to me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go ahead.
So talking to you how? Like, are they trying to, it sounded like you said they were trying to help you or show you to do it a certain way.
They say they trying to help me, but I don't know.
I mean, you fine. So that's fine.
I know, right? So I was like, leave me alone. Like, I don't care if I'm doing it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, leave me alone. Like,
just trying to do a little something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
don't put down those weights.
What you working on? Like my back. What? All right. What do you mean, all right? Well, you do it like this. You wouldn't do it like this. So come here, let me show you. And I'm like, oh my God. Yes. I had one person to touch me, and I was like, why would you touch me?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you to touch me.
To.
Yeah. You wanted to be touched. But anyway, not my hair. Not my hair.
You ain't had no sexual teeth.
Yeah, you wanted to be touched. Thank you for touching me, right? Can you put it right? But no, what ultimately inspired you, even with their journey of fitness? I know that's not your journey right now, but still.
You still keeping it up.
Fitness, I was probably inspired by that from trauma. My mother passed at 58 to cancer, and it was, in my opinion, and from what I've learned, it could have been avoided with just a healthy diet. It was colon cancer.
Okay.
So that's dietary. That's your digestive system not agreeing with the things that you're doing. It's like a movement and sedentary lifestyle. And so I said, I need to make sure I have to learn from her mistakes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we're here for, is to learn from my parents' mistakes and just be better than them. But also forgive them for the mistakes that they make.
Yeah.
And say, I've already, you know what I'm saying, got myself to a plateau where you weren't. And I appreciate the trauma that you went through and the heartaches and the issues that you went through so that I wouldn't have to. So it came from trauma.
Turning your pain into passion.
Yeah.
So with that, I have a question for you, because my sister, she passed from breast cancer at 28.
Okay. I'm sorry.
When it comes to things like that and cancer and how it feeds off different things inside of your body, tell me, what do you feel about that when it comes to herbs and things that people should be feeding their body to help diminish those diseases that we run into?
It's all food. It's all diet. I do have a friend that had breast cancer. She beat it, but when they cut it open and dissected the cancer, she found that it was a lot of estrogen and soy.
Wow.
Soy boosts your estrogen levels. It boosts your hormone levels, and that's probably why it attacked her breast. I'm not a doctor, so I'm really not sure, but those were the findings.
Wow.
So I have this thing, right? I just love our elders, and if you're 70 and older, I'm gonna ask you what the secret is,
Right?
And it's always simple. And one woman told me, she was 80, she said, everything in moderation. And that's everything. Don't overindulge in certain things. Still enjoy your life. You want that burger, eat that burger, but don't
excess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get a double cheeseburger.
But I always make it
single. Just get a single. Or cut it in half.
Get you a cheeseburger. You ain't got to make it a double.
Make it
Make it
grass-fed organic meat. You know, like that is so huge, because they're putting so much in our food. Read those labels. Read those labels. Find out what's in it. If you see things like hydrogenated oil and what's the other one that's really bad? High fructose corn syrup and all these additives. Food should be simple. You make a meal, organic chicken, rice, whatever like seasonings you're gonna put. All those are one ingredient foods. Keep that simple. It's supposed to be simple. When you get to that label, then you can't read half the shit in it.
Yeah.
It's like my body is not breaking.
Like you thinking you dyslexia, it ain't you.
It ain't me. I'm not dyslexia. It's all this stuff.
So with that being said, also when you're reading labels, a lot of these foods now have bioengineered items in them. How do you feel about that?
I'm not for it. I told you, I'm all about the earth. If it's not growing from the earth, and maybe that's just me being a little old school. Like I need to know, you know, I need to know what's in the soil that you're producing. How are you growing this? What type of lights is it getting radiation from? I don't know. Like let me tour these facilities that are growing these bioengineered.
Where you shopping? Where you get your groceries from?
So it's a market called Fresh Time Market. Fresh Time. I do like Aldi's. I like Aldi's for my produce, but I buy everything organic from Aldi.
Okay.
As far as me, I do love Whole Foods. I'm like not really doing meat right now. I'm more pescatarian, vegetarian.
Okay.
But another thing, blood work, y'all. Blood work. You ask what's a way to kind of prevent that. Get your annual blood work done. Find out where you're deficient. Don't just take a whole bunch of vitamins, because you're probably going to be overloading in vitamin A and vitamin K when your body is deficient in vitamin D and iron and B12. And so those are the only three that I supplement. And even supplementing those after I did my blood work, I found that I was still extremely low. And that blew me, because I'm like, I take iron every day. I take my vitamin D. How am I so deficient? And most diseases, chronic diseases, are onset by vitamin deficiencies.
Oh, wow.
For instance, Alzheimer's, dementia, low doses of, being deficient in vitamin B12 onsets that. And it can be reversed if you up your vitamin B12 before the nerve damage occurs. So it's like, it's that simple. Like, people are suffering. Like, our elders are the ones who are catching dementia and so there are years of being deficient in this particular. And doctors ain't telling you. They doing your blood work, checking your cholesterol,
because it's money.
It's money. It's a business.
And big pharma and with that, with the vitamins, what kind of vitamins do you recommend? Because they say like a lot of these vitamins that they're making and giving us are not.
I want, before you answer that, I was going to mention the fact that you said get your blood work is like a prerequisite for you to even know what to take. I was taking vitamins, right? And every time I would take a vitamin, and eat, I would instantly just puke, like the whole meal up. To where I was like, let me see if I could just eat and I'm cool. And I was fine. But I went some time away, then I come back, I try to take the vitamin, I would puke. So I don't take nothing because that's always been my experience. But now I'm like, well, maybe I was overdoing something in whatever the vitamin was, and I needed to know exactly what I should be taking,
That's
you know.
exactly what happened.
So, yeah.
So you overdose, and whatever vitamin, typically it's A, K, or D that has too many milligrams in it, and you're already getting that in your diet.
And no one could tell me, this is the first time I've heard something that's like, I bet you that's what was happening to me. No one, everyone was like, no, won't you switch to this or switch to that? No, every time I take this, I can eat just a piece of something and I instantly vomit, you know. And
You are overdosing on vitamins.
That shit happens to me though.
We're like, Fred and OD.
what a time to be alive. Yes. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. I had to mention it because it was like, oh, you're connecting dots in my head. Okay. I'm sorry.
No,
Good question.
No, so as far as the vitamins, where do you recommend or what type of vitamins do you recommend people to get?
I suggest going to like a mom and pop shop that has like, so I go to O'Fallon Nutrition and they have people there that just know their stuff, right? And looking for the vitamins that have just the ingredient of the vitamin. Some will have like a vegetable capsule, but it should not be a whole, like I think it's nature stuff. It comes in a yellow packaging bottle. Do not ever take those. It's just so many different ingredients in there that they're
nature's choice.
Yes, and they're using fillers.
I got a whole bunch of nature's choice
all
stuff
this
at
stuff
home.
even get like approved for
FDA
us?
does not have to approve.
No, they have to approve.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so weird. Because you have this regulation in place for a reason, and if this doesn't, how is anything ever exempt from regulation, you know, if it's to protect the consumers, you know?
They don't care about the consumers. They care about the money. That's just like, you know, what I do at work. We have the FDA to approve certain drug products that we have prior to us putting them out on the market. But before they get approved by the FDA, we push these on people so that we can see the research to see if it's going to be viable, how people are going to react to their bodies. So it doesn't have to be FDA approved prior to that.
You talking about like you go to the doctors and get them to prescribe it?
So no, so it's like research. So we have people like, say for instance, so you know what I do at work. So we create radiopharmaceuticals for imaging and cancer treatments. So say for instance, we have a cancer patient that fourth stage of cancer that at this point they don't care. They want to try whatever's available.
It's for pain management.
It's for treatment. So we've been test drugs. So say for instance, like we've been working on a drug that, you know how radiation or chemo, it goes and it basically diminishes all the cells in your body, even if they're good cells. So these particular drugs, they're looking at just the tumor itself. They're looking for a drug that goes into the tumor and just kills off the tumor, which are the bad cells, and doesn't affect any of the good cells.
Which should be ideal.
But hey, you know how stuff goes. It's more about money and big pharma. So these people that they're willing to try whatever, they're willing to allow the doctors to administer these medicines to them because it's a trial and it hasn't been approved by the FDA because it's still in trial phase. But once we get it to where, hey, we've shot 100 people out of the pool, you know, to see, and these were only 92 of the people actually showed some type of effect, but the other people,
but that's not real measurements because of their current health conditions.
But that's all that they do. That's how much they would test, and then it will go through once we say, well, we only have the 92 people out of the 100 people, this happened to them, so now we're going to push it through the FDA, and now we're allowed to get approved by the FDA, but we've already administered this drug to 100 people already. So that
don't make sense. I saw that on Netflix, so I know what you're talking about.
But it happens, and it's like that. That's the same thing they did the COVID shot. The COVID shot wasn't approved by the FDA before they started administering it to people. So
a lot of stuff came out afterwards. Do you got anything else you want to tell us about your businesses? We didn't learn that first off. She got some sex tea that's gonna stand out. I know you said the hair, and what was the other?
Hair potion and edge control.
Edge control were your two dominant.
Supply.
On page. But we want to know about the sex tea. But no,
she want to know about this.
No, I told her I don't. I gotta get focused. Anything else you would like to share, like with your following, our following, about everything with your brand, your businesses that you offer?
Yeah, so I do coaching in terms of health, marriage, anything where you just kind of need that inspiration.
Like a life coach?
Like a life coach.
Awesome.
So it's on my website, bestlifebycount.com.
Got a purple couch.
Everything is virtual.
Yes. Oh, man.
I have a podcast. It's just all virtual. It's called Not Your Average Therapy, and it's not what it sounds like. It's similar to what you do. We bring on people from around St. Louis, outside of St. Louis, and we just talk about them, give them their love. My last two guests were Guy Tori and Coco Brown, and cross my fingers, I'm doing a collaboration that's kind of like what's next. Maybe something with Guy Tori to talk about what Cat Williams said.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably on the come up. I just got into MCing. Last night was my first. It was crazy, right? MC, like hosting. I hosted.
Oh, girl. We're gonna have you come back and host our live event because we're gonna put something together.
We can talk about collabing on your podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. You know I'm gonna go there.
Guy Tori, I just watched him on Prime. And they were talking about Fat Tuesdays.
Yep, Fat Tuesdays.
So, yeah.
So he's coming back to St. Louis. He sold out the Helium nightclub.
Awesome.
It was a huge success. And that's what we talked to him, Coco Brown, and Damon Williams about.
Okay.
So we had separate interviews with them. And he's coming back. He's coming back.
Awesome.
I'm probably not supposed to be telling his information.
By the time he come out, he gonna be to say something.
Okay. Yeah,
He gonna market. This early marketing for him.
Yeah.
Early
He's
marketing.
supposed to be coming back and doing something bigger here for another
Awesome.
Tuesday. So, yeah, it's a great comedy show.
Yes,
I'm talking about
yes.
laugh, yo. But
Yes.
But yeah, MCing is new. That's like
You have the personality and the energy for it.
spirit for
Yes,
it, so.
yes. You vibe. You know how to just vibe, and you seem like a chameleon. And yeah, I can see you being successful with it.
I
So.
like that commit. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord, real bad.
'Cause you like a, you know, you really like a Pisces. You know what I
Trying
mean?
to get me out of
I'm trying to like bring her over here. She's really a Pisces.
Come on over.
We're not talking about them. We're not. Nope. We washing our hands with them. The women though, we cool. The women are cool.
You see how
different lives.
You see how she do y'all, me and Pisces. She
Look, I ain't gonna even say nothing. I say after we stop, but yeah,
Talk
girl.
about signs, because
Yes.
I'm all about that too.
Hey, I'm a Capricorn. I'm over here.
I was finna say,
Yes.
I love me some Capricorn.
They weird.
What January? What?
She the only one I like. And Terry, he cool.
Capricorns be faking the funk though. I don't
That's
know
it.
about women. Ooh, wait, my sister.
I think it's the trauma. I think Capricorns that are unhealed
Y'all born
are
traumatized.
faking the funk.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Capricorns like certain things, and if they aren't in that space, they do a lot of faking.
What you mean?
They mean like they live beyond their means when they don't need to. They portray to be something else when they shouldn't, because if they are healed and they know who they are, as well as when they love themselves, they don't have to do that because their ambiance exudes who they are anyway.
I'm a Capricorn rising.
Yeah.
So y'all know y'all 3 signs.
yeah.
Okay.
Mine's is Virgo.
Okay.
And then the other one, whatever the other one is an Aries, which is my favorite sign.
So your rising is Virgo?
Yeah. And then what's the third one?
Your moon?
Moon. My moon is an Aries.
It's Aries.
I love
I don't
Aries.
You gotta find out.
I gotta find out.
The reason why is because they say
Yes.
your sun sign is who you are to your core.
Yes.
Your rising
That's like
sign
me and
is how
Beyonce, like we like this. Yes.
That's
Yes.
what sisters love.
Yes.
And your rising sign is supposed to be like how people outside of you view you,
Yep.
right? So I'm viewed as a Cap.
Yep.
And then your moon sign is how you love.
Yes.
And then your placement in those signs kind of show how difficult or how easy it'll be.
To
Like,
deal with you.
But how do I find it
or
out?
how
Who
you
gonna tell
deal
me?
with it. Huh?
How do
We're
I
gonna
find
Google it
out?
after
Do you
the
know the time you were born?
yeah.
All you
Know the
gotta do
time
is
and the
plug that
day.
into a chart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Trend
tell me
them
all the
on
good
for me.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll tell you more, girl. Your
Yeah.
Mercury, your Venus, your Mars.
Yes.
Mars is the planet of war, so it'll find out how you deal with conflicts. Oh, baby.
It's good to know because you realize all the Virgos that sit down, it's like, instantly. Yeah. And Aries, those my dogs. I love them. They're cool.
Well, I gotta find my.
I don't like Capricorns. My ex-husband, baby mama was a Capricorn. She wasn't cool. She wasn't cool.
Listen, Capricorn women are tough.
Hey, we are.
She cool.
So I'm trying to figure out what your moon sign is, because you giving
Pisces.
Yeah, she's just
Everybody be a Pisces.
We all
I
Pisces.
was gonna say for real. So believable.
Well, okay. So where can everyone find you? Website, social media, all of this stuff.
Okay, so for whatever reason, Facebook does not take my name for who it is. Since my name is Countess, it's
Yes.
considered a title, so Facebook
Okay.
will not let me change my name. And my best
wow.
friend built my page like 15 years ago.
Okay.
Telling my age. So my Facebook is Sunshine Monroe with a Y, Sunshine with a Y. But my Instagram is Madam Countess. My website is bestlifebycount.com, which is where which is the BLBC and BLBC Herbals, Best Life by Count.
Okay.
I think that's
That's it. You sure?
It's
Listen, I'm trying to get on this TikTok thing.
Go ahead and throw TikTok out there because this is gonna go on TikTok too.
I guess it's Madam Countess too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Madam Countess. I like that.
Listen, I was before the social media started happening. So I'm
You weren't even thinking about it.
I'm trying to just.
Okay.
I like Facebook.
Yes.
That's your just.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where a majority of my support and
Okay.
comments come from. That's where my podcast streams from. So,
Okay.
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us and giving us all this free game on the herbs
I didn't think we
and
were gonna go there.
everything. Yeah, we go wherever we go.
You see her Ryan just be
Yes. So we got our prisoner babes. Y'all know y'all got the sex
The
tea.
prisoner
the like we got so much information on just bodies, food, herbs, and more. So thank you so much. Super valuable. I can't wait to like watch this episode. I always watch the episodes when I work out before they come out, and I'll be bugging up, be learning all of this stuff. So
It's the prison back.
okay, this is the prison.
So
babe.
be ready to get all your sex teeth together.
Yes,
People go,
be passionate on it. What's it called? JPay? What is this so called? The systems?
what,
Prison
JPay?
system?
Oh, you play too
on
much.
JPays, all that. Get ready, learn that system.
Is Google BLBC Herbals and it'll come right up.
Yeah,
BLBC.
learn them systems.
BLBC Herbals is going to be.
BLBC ain't no joke.
Thank you so much again, and thank you all for listening to the High Heels and Tea
Thank you.
podcast. Bye bye.